All right. We're waiting for ISC. It's super late, and I totally forgot there was a roadmap at Roundup, mostly because it is a bit of a nothing burger. But I think it's more than a nothing burger when you look at a couple of things here. It's actually quite telling what's going on. So notable changes for December 11th. We got the release view. These are committed for 4.0. Space Station's contested zones. We just did it last night. Feel free if you want to be spoiled. It's my understanding that our group that did it is the only group that has ever done it so far. At least seen the actual rewards that are put in. They put them in last night. And it's very cool. It's very fun. It might be worth it. It might not, based on some decisions CIG needs to make, which is on the stealth side at least. The B-level components are pretty much just as good as the A-level components. So, yeah, I don't know. And then asteroid bases we've seen quite a bit of. They're basically bunkers, but in Pyro. And then here's where it starts to get interesting. The mission system refactor, which we are 1 week away from their theoretical launch at the end of December, and there is very little working on the mission side. So I don't know what sort of curve we're working on here, but the mission system refactor has been in for a while and just never working. I've barely completed anything, let alone seen markers or mission descriptions or locations for nearly anything at this point. So please let me know what your experiences with this was. I think it's a little bit better in the Stanton side. One thing that we've definitely seen is the mission system refactor for the prices of the missions, right? The economy side has definitely changed, but it working with server meshing just is not the case on live at all at the moment, right? So that's pain and sort of expected, but they're calling it committed, right? And then there's this other thing on the screen that we've seen for maybe 30, 40 seconds maximum on a commercial on the IAE show. It has not been tested in the game whatsoever. Could cause all sorts of issues. Could be out of balance completely. We have no idea. And it will most likely be out of balance completely because it's a combat ship, the Mirai Guardian. And that's a ship sale. And they're really pushing to get this out because they're probably trying to get their last ship sale in by the end of the year. I was talking about this with my stream earlier. It is a heavy fighter. It's going to be overpowered most likely because most of the combat ships come in overpowered. It's going to be a heavy fighter, which means it's kind of niche, I think. Like, I feel like if I pose this question, all the payers are going to pop in the comments and say, I would buy it, I would buy it, I would buy it. But like how many people are actually buying this thing is sort of a question to me. Obviously, every ship in the game is niche because they all have their special capabilities, right? Combat people are going to want combat ships. Industry people are going to want industry ships and so on. But is it worth to ship 4.0 out with a mission system refactor that is completely broken, where I am literally here unable to log into the game at all at the moment because of bugs and issues and other things? I cannot log into the game, by the way. Completely game broken at the moment to sell the Mirai Guardian. I'm going to argue no. I'm going to argue no. For one ship, no. If this was IAE, and I always calm this conversation around IAE because it's not one ship. It's like 100 ships, right? And it's their big ship sale day. So I put my hands up and say, okay, this patch is going to be bad. It is what it is. And that's it, right? And it is what it is. But for a 4.0 release, we talked about this yesterday with Burks' post. You can only do this once. Nobody could say it better than Burks did in that post, right? You can only do it once. Anyway, ISC is out. We're going to watch that react now, but this is Roadmap Roundup. I want to hear what you guys think about this because it's getting down to the wire, and it's looking like a really bad decision, right?